Stop scrolling. You're about to learn something most people never understand about disrespect. It doesn't appear when someone yells at you. It doesn't arrive in arguments or open conflict. It hides in shadows, in small jokes, subtle tones, and quiet tests of power. And the moment you ignore it, you've already lost. What I'm about to show you isn't kindness, it isn't forgiveness, and it isn't emotional control. It's the darkest, most Machiavellian way to handle disrespect. The method that makes people think twice before ever crossing you again. Disrespect never enters the room with noise. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't strike like thunder. It arrives as a shadow, a glance that lingers half a second too long. A joke sharpened at your expense, a tone that carries more truth than words ever admit. Most people miss it. They brush it aside. They tell themselves it doesn't matter. But Machiavelli understood something most people never will. He knew that disrespect is never accidental. It is always a test, a probe, a calculation. And if you fail it once, you fail it forever. Today, we're going to explore the darkest way to handle disrespect, the method that operates beneath the surface of ordinary interaction, the method that commands power without shouting, without threats, without emotional chaos. The approach Machiavelli would recognize instantly, the approach weak people fear, but powerful people master. And before we dive into the shadows, remember this. If you want real power, start with these books. Most people never read them. The greatest strategists sharpened their minds through works like The 48 Laws of Power, The Prince, The Art of War, and Meditations. I'll mention them throughout this video because real power begins with real understanding, and the links for those books are in the description. Now let me ask you something. How many times have you replayed a disrespectful moment in your head? The laughter, the slight, the comment you wish you'd answered differently. How many times have you swallowed that anger, convincing yourself that being silent made you mature, when in reality it only confirmed their victory? That ends now, because disrespect is never about words. It is about hierarchy. And in a Machiavellian world, hierarchy is everything. You see, disrespect is a precise psychological operation. The person who delivers it is not merely expressing emotion. They are testing your position in the social order. They are mapping your boundaries, measuring your reactions, calculating your tolerance. They want to know whether you are someone to challenge or someone to avoid. The foolish think this is random. The wise know it is deliberate. Machiavelli wrote that men judge you not by what you say you are, but by what you enforce. Power does not ask for respect. Power demands it through presence, consequence, and psychological clarity. And the person who tolerates disrespect even once does not merely lose respect, they surrender identity. That is why the weak suffer quietly. They think kindness will transform cruelty. They believe patience will soften manipulation, but in reality, their silence marks them as prey, and predators are always hungry. So today we step into the darker realm, the place where power is cold, where responses are calculated, where every interaction becomes a deliberate maneuver. By the end of this, you will understand why strategic silence wounds deeper than argument, why consistency creates psychological fear, and why the most dangerous individuals are the ones who need nothing from anyone. And remember, if you want to deepen this transformation, if you want real power, start with these books. Most people never read them, including Influence and Manipulation, The Republic, The Prince, and The Discourses. Their lessons echo through everything we're about to uncover, and the links for those books are in the description. Now, let's begin with the first principle. The hidden nature of disrespect. Most people imagine disrespect as noise, shouting, confrontation, direct insult. But real disrespect is subtle. It's surgical. It disguises itself as humor, as playfulness, as harmless teasing. The coworker who interrupts you, not once, but always. The friend who cloaks contempt inside a joke. The family member who dismisses your achievements with a shrug. None of this is accidental. It is a behavioral probe. First, they test, then they observe. And if you laugh it off, you fail. Because when you tolerate the first insult, you don't demonstrate strength. You demonstrate compliance. You teach them something dangerous, that your dignity is negotiable. This is how hierarchies are established, not through grand moments, but through hundreds of small ones. Every interaction is a negotiation for status. Every moment is a quiet competition for psychological territory. Machiavelli knew that power emerges from pattern, not intention. And the people who command respect understand this deeply. They do not wait until disrespect becomes unbearable. They act the moment it appears, not loudly, not emotionally, but decisively, which leads us to the first dark strategy: strategic silence, not weak silence, not silence born from confusion or pain, but calculated silence, the kind that freezes the room, halts the rhythm of conversation, and forces the offender to face themselves without the protection of humor or distraction. Someone makes a cutting remark. The ordinary person explains, defends, reacts. The powerful person stops speaking. Their gaze becomes still. The air shifts. The silence expands until discomfort becomes undeniable. The offender feels exposed because your silence has transformed their words into a mirror. This is psychological warfare, not aggression, but absence. Machiavelli understood that unpredictability breeds caution. The person who cannot be read cannot be controlled. And remember, if you want real power, start with these books. Most people never read them. Works like The Prince, The 48 Laws of Power, and The Art of War reveal this truth. The most devastating moves are often the quietest. The links for those books are in the description. Next comes the second strategy: relentless consistency. Weak people enforce boundaries occasionally. Strong people enforce them every single time. Consistency builds a reputation. Reputation builds fear. And fear, not affection, maintains order. When you respond to disrespect with the same cold precision in every instance, people adapt. They begin to censor themselves around you. They become cautious in your presence, not because you threaten them, but because you are uncompromising. This is how power accumulates, through repetition. Then comes the third principle: disproportionate consequence. Your response must leave a psychological scar, not through anger, not through argument, but through withdrawal, emotional distance, reduced access, silence that lingers long after the moment ends. They expected compliance. Instead, they receive exile. And when they remember you, they remember the cost. Over time, this creates a transformation. Your presence develops weight. Your silence becomes dangerous. Your boundaries become legend. You are no longer someone they can disrespect. You become someone they dare not. And this is where the true Machiavellian state is reached, when your power no longer needs expression, when respect arrives before you speak, when consequence is understood without being declared. At this level, disrespect becomes something else entirely. It becomes information. You stop reacting emotionally. You start observing strategically. You study who disrespects you, when they do it, why they choose that moment. You see envy, insecurity, resentment, opportunism, and with every instance, you gain intelligence. stop being reactive and start becoming sovereign. And if you want to build that level of psychological command, never forget, if you want real power, start with these books. Most people never read them. Nietzsche, The Republic, Meditations, The Discourses. These works sharpen perception, strengthen inner fortitude, and teach you how power truly functions. The links for those books are in the description, because in the end, Machiavelli knew something timeless. Respect is not gifted. It is not negotiated. It is enforced. Not through rage, not through noise, but through cold authority, psychological clarity, and the unwavering refusal to betray your own value. That is the darkest way to handle disrespect, and once you master it, no one ever forgets.